You ready? Because we're already recording. So
just clip us.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Project Gen X podcast. I am one of your hosts, Alan Smith, along with...
I'm the other guy, Big Dave.
And this is another one of our I Kind of Sprung This on Dave episodes. Okay, I'm sure for all of you who are on social media, especially Facebook, you have seen the thing that is going around. It's gone around for years. It's nothing new. Of, you know, what song was number one on your birthday, you know, and, you know, at the top of the like Billboard Top 100.
The song that defines you for your entire life.
Yeah, whatever.
Number one song and blah, blah, blah.
Well, yeah. There was one that came through my feed, I guess probably earlier, I don't know, this week, sometime whenever we're recording this, that was, what was the number one song on your 7th birthday?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's an odd, just random whatever.
Yeah.
So I just got the idea. I was like, you know what? Let's just go through and see what, you know, maybe we'll look at the top 10 of several like big birthdays for us, you know, like the week we were born, because, you know, Dave and I were born 2 different years.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, like maybe on our 10th birthday or our 16th birthday or 18th birthday, 21st birthday, 25th, the 30th, whatever, you know, type stuff, and kind of see what those songs and how different music was over time.
Yeah.
Do you have for your birthday pulled up?
I've got the week that I was born.
The week, yeah. I have the same. So you don't have to say what the week was, like what your actual birthday is, but I'm like, what I'm going to say is like I was born in January. So mine is a January, you know, mid part of January, you know, type thing.
I was born in March.
Yeah. So I was born in 74 and you were born in what,
73.
So, you know, we've got almost a year apart.
I've got a year on you. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to, since you're older, I'll let you go first.
Do you want just the number one song, or do you want to just kind of roll through some of the...
We can do a little bit of... I was actually kind of looking, because I was looking at the top 10 of mine, and I was like, okay, let's do the top 10.
Okay.
And...
well, number 10 would be Jermaine Jackson with Daddy's Home.
Okay. This is in March of 73,
this
sorry.
Is March of 73.
Yeah, so...
number 9 was John Denver with Rocky Mountain High.
Nice, that's a good one.
Number 8 is Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show with the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Nice.
Number 7 is Elton John with Crocodile Rock.
Okay.
Number 6 is, as I try to get my glasses with the bifocals and all that bull crap fixed, Deodato with also Spratch Ruth. It sounds like some kind of hippie garbage. Number 5 is the OJs with Love Train.
Okay, that's a good song. Yeah.
Number 4 is the Spinners with Could Be I'm Falling in Love, or could it be I'm Falling in Love?
That's a good song. Yeah.
Edward Bear at number 3 with Last Song.
Okay.
Number 2 is from the Deliverance soundtrack with Dueling Banjos, which I have a feeling I'm never going to live down at this point. And number 1, the week I was born, is Roberta Flack with Killing Me Softly with his song.
Okay, that's yeah.
That's better than number 2.
It's funny because I'm looking through mine here, and we'll just go, all right. Number 10, all right, so mine is from January of 74. Number 10 is Love's Theme by the Love Unlimited Orchestra. I have no clue on that one.
Sounds like some hippie bullcrap.
Number 9 is Olivia Newton-John with Let Me Be There.
Okay.
I don't know that I know that song. Number 8 is Living for the City by Stevie Wonder. Again, I don't know that I know that song.
Yeah.
Number 7 is The Way We Were by Barbra Streisand. Okay. Number 6 is Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce, which I really like that song.
That's basically been the only song worth mentioning so far.
Number 5, You're 16. This is a cover. You're 16 by Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
You know that old, you're 16, you're beautiful in your mind, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4 is Gladys Knight and the Pips. I've Got to Use My Imagination. I don't know that I know that song off the top of my head. I love Gladys Knight, but I don't know that I know that song off the top of my head.
Okay.
Here we go. Of the top 3, I know 2 of them.
Okay.
Number 3 is Brownsville Station with Smoking in the Boys' Room.
Yeah, which
Motley Crue covered a decade later.
Off their Theater of Pain album.
Yeah. Number 2 is The Joker by Steve Miller Band.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Al Wilson with Show and Tell. I have no clue on that one whatsoever.
I feel like I should know that one.
I have no clue.
That's kind of some other mentionables the year that I was born, or the week that I was born. The Eagles had Peaceful Easy Feeling at 22. You had David Bowie with Space Odyssey.
Nice. Space Oddity.
Sorry. Once again, it's been a long week.
This is in 73?
73.
Really? I thought that came out much earlier.
It was sitting at number 28 the week I was born. There were a couple others. Where'd they go?
I tell you what, as I'm looking down like the top, whatever here.
Yeah.
It's not until I get to like number 22 that anything notable is Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang.
Yeah.
And then number 23 is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John.
Number 48 on the week that I was born is Dawn featuring Tony Orlando.
And Dawn. Yeah.
Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
Nice. Okay, so what birthday do we want to go to 10? That's kind of like the next big notable thing in people's lives. I guess since so I'm heading to 1984. Ooh, this is an interesting question here. My birthday falls in the middle of the week. Do I go with like actually near?
All I'm doing is it actually gives you a calendar.
I'm just going to the
I'm hitting the date, the actual day.
Oh, okay.
And just letting it pick it for me.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'll do the same thing because that means that's still where I was. Okay. 84. Okay, you got 83. Go ahead.
I've got 83.
These are both going to be interesting. I can tell because we're going to be a lot more in tune with these than other ones. So.
I don't know. I had some good stuff on mine with the exception of one of them. Good grief. All right, number 10, Journey, Separate Ways.
Okay.
Number 9 is Patty Austin with Baby Come to Me. You don't remember
I don't remember that one now.
Kenny Rogers with Sheena Easton.
Ooh,
We've Got Tonight.
Yep.
Lionel Richie with... Okay.
Who originally did that song?
See, by doing that, you automatically Swiss cheesed my brain.
That is a cover. It was from the movie The Sting. And it is a classic rock artist that we all know.
Just tell me this is getting painful.
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger?
Yeah.
Okay. I hear it now. Yeah. Number 7 is Lionel Richie with You Are.
Okay. I know that one. Yeah.
And here's where my love for the Pretenders comes in with number 6, Back on the Chain Gang. Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf.
Okay.
Is number 5.
We're in full-on 80s
We're
now.
in full-on 80s, yes. Number 4 is Culture Club with Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?
Okay.
Number 3 is Stray Cats with Stray Cat Strut.
Okay.
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band with Shame on the Moon at number 2.
Wow, I didn't realize that charted so high. Okay.
And number 1 is Michael Jackson with Billie Jean.
Of course it is. I figured there was going to be a Michael Jackson in there somewhere. Okay, so we're fast forwarding 10 months to January of 1984. Number 10, Hall & Oates, Say It Isn't So.
That's a good one.
Number 9, Lionel Richie, Running with the Night.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 8, we got Kool and the Gang.
Yeah.
Joanna.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, number 7, Olivia Newton-John, The Twist of Fate.
Okay, I guess we know who your major artist is.
Number 6, and I love this is like one of my favorite songs by him, Elton John. I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Except that's not really why they call it the blues.
I know, but I love that song.
It's a good song, but he has a very misguided sense of the blues.
It's still not as bad as Ironic. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 5, Matthew Wilder. Do you remember Matthew Wilder?
I don't know.
Break My Stride. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna slow me down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I really do like that song.
Yeah,
Number 4, The Romantics, Talking in Your Sleep.
That's a good one.
Number 3, Culture Club with Karma Chameleon.
Yeah.
Here we go. Number 2,
Okay.
Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson with Say, Say, Say.
Okay. Yeah.
And number 1, you're going to love this one.
Okay.
Yes, with Owner of a Lonely Heart.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's
Quite
1984.
literally.
That's how 1984 started, pretty much. So,
Some other notables in 83 is at 13 was Styx with Mr. Roboto.
yeah.
You had at number 20 Dexy's Midnight Runners with Come On Eileen.
Yeah. I've got some, there's some, of course, we're in the mid-80s, so we're going to know a lot of these. But you know what my favorite one that jumps out here?
What's that?
At number 15 this week? Jump in the Saddle with the Curly Shuffle. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Hey Mo, hey Mo. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Number 28 in 83 was Adamant with Goody Two Shoes.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one.
Oh, here you go. Number 21 on my birthday, or on the week of my birthday,
Yep.
is Barry Manilow with Read 'Em and Weep. Do you know what the significance of that song is?
Why don't you tell me?
It's a Jim Steinman song.
Oh, is it?
Yes. I'm only looking at maybe the. Oh, here you go. Number 27.
Okay.
James Ingram with Michael McDonald. Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Paula,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something. I'm really excited about it. For the first time today, I woke up, I came to the store, and I feel confident to say to you that if you don't take this Michael McDonald DVD that you've been playing for 2 years straight off, I'm going to kill everyone in the store and put a bullet in my brain.
David, what do you suggest we play?
I don't care. Anything. I would rather watch Beautician and the Beast. I would rather listen to Fran Drescher for 8 hours than have to listen to Michael McDonald. Nothing against him, but if I hear Yamo Be There one more time, I'm going to Yamo burn this place to the ground.
Nice.
All right.
Let's jump to age 13.
All right, you're jumping ahead 3 years.
3 years, because that would be when you first turn into a teenager.
Exactly. So, which is kind of cool because my birthday was on a weekend, so that will actually get us to the week, that week. All right,
March.
You got yours?
Hold on, I'm trying to pull
Don't
it
say
up
the
here.
birthday.
I'm trying not to. It keeps changing. I'll hit it and it changes it. What's going on here?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead and go first because I'm trying to get
no
my
because
device.
you're chronologically.
Okay, I keep hitting my actual birthday and it keeps moving me 5 days past that.
Well, it's the week of, so
Yeah.
it's basically it's Sunday to Saturday.
So
So basically, whatever was number 1 that week is the.
All right, so number 10, when I turned 13, was Elton John with Nikita. Yeah.
Not good Elton John. Okay.
Thompson Twins at number 9 for King for a Day.
Don't know that song.
Mike and Mechanics with Silent Running.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
That's another one of those everybody thinks it's called Can You Hear It or Can You Feel It or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like no, it's called Silent Running. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Number 7 is Falco with Rock Me Amadeus.
There you go.
Yeah. John Mellencamp with ROCK in the USA at
Good
number
one.
6.
Good one.
Number 5 is Whitney Houston with How Will I Know.
Okay.
Atlantic Star with Secret Lovers
Nice.
at number 4.
I like Atlantic Star. Like they've got several songs I really love. So
At number 3 is Mr. Mister with Curie.
okay.
Number 2 is Heart, These Dreams.
There you go.
And number 1 is Starship with Sarah.
Okay, so this is 86, right?
This is 86.
All right, so I am in January of 87. Number 10, Wang Chung, Everybody Have Fun Tonight.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Number 9, I don't know this one. It's Survivor, Is This Love? I don't remember this one.
I think I do.
Number 8, Genesis, Land of Confusion.
That's a good one.
Number 7,
I remember when that video dropped.
yeah,
'Cause
the
everybody-
spitting image. Yeah, it's a Madonna with Open Your Heart.
Okay.
And I will tell you right now, that video as a 13-year-old kid got me through some lonely nights. So it's
Oh no! Oh no! No.
Number 6, Janet Jackson with Control.
Nice.
Oh, this is a good one. Number 5, Billy Vera and the Beaters at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 4, the Bengals with Walk Like an Egyptian.
I remember when that video dropped.
Number 3, Duran Duran, Notorious.
It's a good song.
Here's one. See if you can. Actually, number 2 and number 1 both. We'll see if you remember these songs.
Okay.
I won't give you the artist, and you tell me what the song is. Number 2, Robbie Neville.
Robbie Neville.
C'est la vie.
Oh,
You remember that song?
Yeah.
And number 1, Gregory Abbott.
No, I don't even have a clue. on
Shake
that
You
one.
Down.
No, I don't know.
I don't remember this. I'm sure if I heard that one, I would know what it was. I mean, because it did hit number 1 in '87, so I know that I heard it.
Get this, number 11 in '86 was In Excess with What You Need.
Nice.
Number 13 was Sade with The Sweetest Taboo.
Okay.
You had Prince and the Revolution with Kiss. At 15, at 17, you had James Brown with Living in America.
Nice.
So
Here you go. This will tell you a little bit. Number 16 on mine,
yeah,
Touch Me by Samantha Fox. Check this out. Number 18 is Benny King with Stand By Me. This was after, remember, because after the movie came out, they re-released the single, and it did well on the charts.
and actually, believe it or not, one of the songs that I think is underrated for Sting that I actually like is number 22 in '86. It's Russians.
Huh. Here you go. Number 24 is The Pretenders. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now let's go to 16.
So I'm looking at 80.
I'm looking at 1990.
89.
So, yeah, I get this. Oh, man, this is going to be rough. I can already tell. Oh, okay. All right. I can already tell you're going to like this one.
Oh, no.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, no.
What's number 10?
Number 10 is Paula Abdul with Straight Up.
That first Paula Abdul album is pretty good. So,
Number 9 is Rod Stewart with My Heart Can't Tell You No,
yeah, I remember that one.
which is a good one. Sheena Easton at number 8 with The Lover in Me.
Okay, I don't remember
You
that
don't
one.
remember that one?
No.
It's number 7 where things take a real turn for the worse. I'm going to give you the group.
Okay.
Milli Vanilli.
Girl, you know it's true.
Yeah.
Nice.
The ultimate karaoke group.
It's not karaoke, it's lip sync. I mean, come on. That's
Number 6 from the movie Tequila Sunrise is Ann Wilson. and
Almost Paradise.
Robin Zander, Surrender to Me. Robin Zander from...
Yeah, from Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
I thought it was Almost Paradise. Maybe. Okay.
No, it's...
I guess they did another song together. Okay. So.
It's Ann Wilson and Robin Zander, Surrender to Me from Tequila Sunrise. Number 5 is just pure awesome.
Okay.
Guns N' Roses with Paradise City.
Nice. That's a good one.
Number
This is 1989.
This is 1989.
This is 2 years after that album came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is March 1989.
So it's about a year and a half after it came out. Yeah.
Number 4 is Bobby Brown with Roni.
Nice.
Number 3, Everything Takes a Turn for the Worse Again. And yeah, I said it, Renee. I said it. It's New Kids on the Block. You got it.
You got it. I don't know. If I
The
remember.
Right Stuff.
The Right Stuff. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Number 2. Number 2 is Mike and the Mechanics with The Living Years.
Okay. That's a good song, too.
And then number 1 is, once again, a bad turn with Debbie Gibson, Lost in Your Eyes.
Nice. Maybe that should have been on our Valentine's Day.
No, and what's sad is that number 11 was Eternal Flame from the Bangles.
Oh, that's a good one. That was like their last hit, actually. So
yeah.
I get over into a new decade. We are in January of 1990. Number 10, Tesla with Love Song.
Yes. That's a good song.
Number 9, I don't remember this one. Seduction, 2 to Make It Right. I don't even remember the group Seduction. I mean, it's some kind of girl group. Number 8, Tom Petty with Free Fallin'.
I like Tom Petty. I am sick of that song.
I agree with that.
Because KDF ran that thing into the ground.
And again, everybody's covered it. Every time you go to karaoke, somebody sings it.
WKDF ran it into the ground. And then I'll say it, the Buzz ran it into the ground. Still running it into the ground.
All right. Number 7, it's Lou Gramm, Just Between You and Me.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember that song, I don't think. All right, here we go. Number 6.
Okay.
Got Janet Jackson again. Rhythm Nation.
Nice.
Yeah. Number 5, Rod Stewart, Downtown Train.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jody Watley, Everything. Number 3, Phil Collins, Another Day in Paradise.
Okay.
It's all right. Here you go. Because we talked about this right before we started recording.
Oh, we did?
Technotronic featuring Felly with Pump Up the Jam. Because we were talking about that Facebook video, or that video that's going around the internet with that dude like playing the one-man band with it.
Yeah.
And number 1, Mr. Michael Bulletin with How Am I Supposed to Live Without You?
I just want you to notice, so far my music has been better than your music.
Kinda. Yeah, some of it has been. Oh, come on. I got Downtown Train on mine.
Well, that's Tom Waits.
Yeah, and Tom Petty. And, all right. So
yeah, but it's not a great Tom Petty.
Some other notables. Number 12, I'll Remember You by Skid Row.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 14 is Janie's Got a Gun by Aerosmith.
Actually, we were still living in Illinois at the time, and we had to do driver's education through the school. And that album had just come out when we started doing the driving portion of driver's ed. And we drove our driver's ed teacher because that was the only cassette tape that we listened to in the car was that Skid Row album.
Those are the only 2 notables for the top 25 after that. Yeah. So you got anything notable?
I had already mentioned the Bangles at 11. At 14 was Eddie Brickell and the New Bohemians with What I Am.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Tone Loc at 17 with Wild Thing. Was Not Was. Walk the Dinosaur.
Yeah, Walk the Dinosaur, yeah.
Yeah.
Which kills me that that's Don Was, like the producer, who like produced the Stones and Bob Dylan and all these like really, and like that was the song that he came up with.
Well, no, he had a bunch of stuff. It's just that most people don't know about it. REM was at number 22 with Stand.
Nice.
So there's some. Oh, Roy Orbison charted that year. 25 with You Got It.
Yes, Anything You Want, You Got It. Anything you need. Yeah, that was like the because he died. Around that, shortly after that. So that was when he did. Remember, he did that black and white special, for PBS or whatever it was, and it like Springsteen and Tom Waits and like a whole bunch of people.
That was actually
Tom Petty.
That was actually one of their fundraiser shows. When you go through and you do the campaign drives and all that. Mm-hmm. And when I was working at the PBS station, that was one of them that I got to sit through a couple times.
If you have not seen that, you can go and find it. I think the whole thing might still be like on YouTube or something.
You might even still be able to buy it from PBS.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they also released it after that. Like you could buy it on, like on video cassette or all that kind of stuff. I know it's out there, but it's like the last thing that Roy Orbison did before he died, like big thing he did before he died, and he's got an all-star band playing with it.
Yeah,
I mean all-star band. So. Okay.
What should we do? 18?
18. Go ahead, 2 years.
2 years.
So you're in March of 91. This is going to be fun. What's going to be fun is seeing the difference between yours and mine. You're in March of 91.
Yes.
Okay, what do you got?
Hold on. It's still trying to pull up. Your Wi-Fi out here is not terrific.
Mine's not. I'm not having any problems with it.
You must
Maybe
be
your
sucking
phone
up
sucks.
I'm on my tablet, so
Maybe
it's
your
pure.
tablet sucks.
It's pure Wi-Fi. Number 10 is somebody I have never heard of before. It's
Okay.
Tara Kemp with "Hold You Tight."
Okay, we talked about her.
We did?
Yes, when we did our Hot 100 of our Top 100, Billboard Top 100 of 1991. So if you want to hear that, go into our YouTube channel because I have a playlist of all those 100 songs that are on there so you can hear them.
Nice.
So,
Number 9 is Celine Dion
Mm-hmm.
with "Where Does My Heart Beat Now."
okay.
Yeah.
Don't know that one. Yeah.
Number 8 is Oleta Adams with "Get Here."
Okay.
Number
Again, all of these are on,
Yeah.
on that playlist.
Number 7 is Whitney Houston with "All the Man That I Need."
Okay.
Tracy Spencer is number 6 with "This House." Number 5, we finally get to something decent, and it's Sting with "All This Time."
There you go.
Number 4 is Gloria Estefan, "Coming Out of the Dark." Number 3 is Styx with "Show Me the Way,"
There you
which was a cover. Number 2 is Timmy T with "One More Try."
go. Dude, okay. I couldn't remember Timmy T when we did that 91
Yeah.
thing. When I went and
Found the video.
found the video, I listened to it. Oh my God, is it terrible? And not what you're expecting. Like it's like when like, oh my God, this is terrible. How was this in the top 100? Okay,
Well,
It's
it's
like-
not in number 2.
I know.
Number stinking
So,
2. Well, number 1 is Mariah Carey with "Someday."
There you go.
So I finally found a year that of my music that just sucks.
Okay, so
Sucks.
I turned 18 in January of 1992.
Okay.
So here we go. Number 10, MC Hammer with Adam's Groove.
That's like still a great Halloween party song.
Number 9, Nirvana with Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's like, because on this thing that we're looking at, it's showing if it's moving up or down.
Yeah.
the chart. This is moving down the charts. So number 8, also moving down the charts, Boys to Men with It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday.
Yeah.
This is another song that should have been on the cover is better than the original.
Yeah.
Because I'm dumb and didn't get it. So number 7, Shanice with I Love Your Smile. I remember this song. There it is. Number 6, also on the way up, Prince and the New Power Generation with Diamonds and Pearls.
Yeah.
Number 5, CeCe Peniston with Finally.
Yeah.
You know the song. Finally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Here we go. Number 4, George Michael and Elton John with Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
That's a
which
good
is
one.
really good, yeah. Number 3 is Mariah Carey with Can't Let Go. I don't know.
Yeah.
Number 2, Color Me Bad with All for Love.
Ugh.
And number 1,
Okay.
take a guess, come on.
I,
Michael Jackson, Black or White.
oh. Okay. Okay. Other notables at number 11 was Madonna with "Rescue Me." Number 12, LL Cool J with "A Roundaway Girl."
Nice.
Tesla at 16 with "Signs." 18 is CNC Music Factory, "Gonna Make You Sweat."
Yeah, everybody dance now. Yeah.
At number 19, Enigma, "Sadness Part 1."
You know how I feel about that.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Oh, at number 23 was "Wicked Game" with Chris
Nice,
Isaac.
nice.
So
Here you go. So I said that number 10 was Adam's Groove.
Yeah.
Number 11 was Too Legit to Quit.
well,
So he had both. Yeah.
he was doubling up.
Number 14 was Wild Side with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Number 15, Mysterious Ways by U2.
Okay.
And I'm not really. Oh, number 19, we have Michael Bolton again. When a Man Loves a Woman.
Killing me with that bulletin thing.
24 was Guns N' Roses with Don't Cry. But that's 28 was OPP, Naughty by Nature. So, all right. So that was 18. Let's
All right.
jump to 21.
21, so that means
95. You're
94 for
Yep.
me.
I have a feeling this one's going to be rough.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm back to music sucked in the 90s.
Okay.
That's I remember now why I felt like that.
Okay.
Now, because number 10 is Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting.
All for love.
All for love.
All for love. Let's do it. All for It's such a terrible song.
Number 9 is US3 with Cantaloupe.
Us Three is what it's.
I'm calling it US3.
Yeah,
So.
Us Three is what it's. But yeah, I couldn't tell you what that song was. I do remember the group though.
You don't remember Cantaloupe?
No, I'm good. I don't really need to. So
Yeah. Number 8 is Richard Marx with Now and Forever.
Oh, I love that song. That was from the Getaway soundtrack.
Yeah.
I do love that song. Go ahead.
Number 7 is Tony Braxton with Breathe Again.
Okay.
Then we have the child abuser R. Kelly at number 6 with Bump and Grind.
That's putting it mildly, but okay. It's
I'm trying to keep it.
I know.
Yeah. Number 5 is All for One with So Much in Love.
Okay.
Number 4, Mariah Carey, Without You, Never Forget You.
Okay.
Number 3, Salt and Pepper featuring In Vogue.
Nice. What a man.
What a Man.
Nice.
Number 2 is Celine Dion with Power of Love.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1 is Ace of Base.
The Sign?
The Sign.
Yes. Come on, we all love that song, whether you want to admit it or not.
No.
All right, so I turned 21 in January of 1995. I don't even know.
All the good stuff is actually below the top 10
Here we
in
go.
my year.
Number 10, 4 p.m. with Sukiyaki.
Nah.
I have no clue. I have no clue on that one whatsoever. Number 9 is Brandy with I Want to Be Down.
Yeah.
Number 8, Melissa Etheridge, I'm the Only One.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
a bad song. Number 7, Blackstreet, Before I Let You Go. I don't know that one.
Blackstreet had some
I
decent
remember
hits,
Blackstreet,
though.
but I don't remember that song. Here you go. Here you go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
Let me see if I can pronounce this name right, because I never have been able to.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Any Kamazi? Yeah. Here come the hot stepper. Word
Oh, okay.
Gangsta. Word.
Gotcha.
Number 5 is Madonna with Take a Bow. That's the one that she was the baby face.
Yeah.
You know? Bon Jovi with Always.
Okay.
Real McCoy, Another Night.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, TLC with Creep.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent
Yeah.
song. And number 1,
Okay.
Boys to Men on Bended Knee.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got this is
That number 1 song made it into a whole lot of weddings.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go with there's 5 R&B songs because I'm not sure about Sukiyaki, but that 4 p.m. sounds like a R&B group. So
Okay. So
now number 11 was I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men.
yeah, nice. Number 11 my year was Janet Jackson, Because of Love.
Okay.
Number 12 was Snoop Dogg with Gin and Juice.
Nice.
Number 13 that year was Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through.
With Meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
Yes. Yeah.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Nice.
10,000 Maniacs, Because the Night.
Mm-hmm. The cover of the Springsteen song.
Yeah, and Bruce Springsteen himself with Streets of Philadelphia.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Number 12 is Desiree with You Gotta Be.
Yeah.
16, Hold My Hand, Hootie and the Blowfish. 17, Sheryl Crow with All I Want to Do. Let's see. Tom Petty at number 21 with You Don't Know How It Feels.
Okay.
Number 22,
Yeah.
the classic that it is, 20 Fingers featuring Gillette. Short Dick Man. You remember that one?
No, not at all.
You do. Don't want no short dick man. You don't remember that
No,
song? Yeah.
not at all. Not at all.
Oh, hey, look, and you get the Pretenders, number 25.
There we go.
I'll Stand By You.
Yep.
I know that's one of your favorites.
I like the Pretenders.
All right, so after 21, I guess we have to jump to 25 because that's kind of the next
It's
major.
89 for me, or 98 for me. Sorry, 98.
So we're going to 1999. This is going to be fun. I can already tell you. And my birthday did fall on a Sunday this week.
All right, number 10 for me was Leanne Rimes with "How Do I Live."
Okay.
Off the
No,
No, No, you're right. That was Trisha Yearwood.
Trisha Yearwood did that
it
one.
for
This
that
was
one.
just her album.
Yeah. Okay, number 9 is Wyclef Jean with "Gone Till November."
Okay.
Number 8 is Mace featuring Total, "What You Want." Mm-hmm. Which out of that whole group, I was actually
we're right in the middle of all of that.
I like Mace the best out of that whole group. Number 7, you've got Janet Jackson with "Together Again." At this point, she's just going by Janet.
Right. I remember that was whenever she put out her decade of, or was it Design of the Decade or whatever it was. It was like her greatest hits.
Number 6 is KP and Envy, "Swing My Way."
Don't know that one.
Savage Garden.
Which one?
You know which one.
I know
Nope.
if I need.
Truly Madly Deeply.
Okay.
Number 4 is Destiny's Child with "No No No."
This is when they were first coming on the scene, yeah.
Number 3 is Usher with "Nice and Slow."
Okay.
Number 2 is Celine Dion
course.
again with "My Heart Will Go On."
Of course, it was 1998.
And number 1 is Will Smith with "Getting Jiggy With It."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am in January of 1999. Number 10 is Goo Goo Dolls with "Slide." Number 9 is Lauryn Hill, "Doo Wop That Thing You Do."
That's a good one.
Number 8 is Divine with "Lately." I don't know. Number 7, Shawn Mullins, "Lullaby."
That's a good one.
Number 6, Jewel with "Hands." That's a terrible song. I like Jewel, but that's a terrible song. Here we go. Number 5, Eagle Eye Cherry with "Save Tonight."
Yeah.
Fight the break of dawn. Here you go. There's a good one. Number 4, R. Kelly and Celine Dion, "I'm Your Angel." Number 3, the debut single from one Miss Britney Spears, "Baby One More Time." Number 2, Deborah Cox, "Nobody's Supposed to Be Here." I don't know that one at all.
She probably wasn't supposed to be there either.
And Brandy is number 1 with "Have You Ever."
Okay.
So yeah, that.
So I went all the way down into like number 30 on the list of my year, and there's literally nothing worth mentioning.
Okay, number 12 on mine
Yeah.
is "Jumper" by Third Eye Blind.
Okay.
Number 13 is "Angel" by Sarah McLachlan.
Okay.
Number 15 is "From This Moment On" by Shania Twain.
Yeah.
Let's see, "Miami" by Will Smith at 18.
Yeah.
19, Jay-Z with "Can I Get a..."
Yeah.
There you go. That's number 20 is "Iris" by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay.
Number 23 is "NSYNC" with "God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You." All right, this is interesting. Number 24 is "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing."
Aerosmith.
No,
Really?
it's the Mark Chestnut version of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the country version that was
Okay.
recorded. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, that's what was hot in January of 1999. Okay, so do we jump ahead to 30? Yeah.
Where are we sitting at? 25?
Yeah, so we got to go 5 years. You're at 2003 and I'm at 2004. I have a feeling that neither one of us are going to like this at all.
All right. You ready?
There's like 4 songs on here. I have no clue what they are.
You ready?
Yeah.
Number 10 is Kid Rock featuring Sheryl Crow or Allison Moore.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Picture.
Yeah.
Number 9 is Avril Lavigne with "I'm With You."
Yeah, okay.
Number 8 is Missy Elliott featuring Ludacris, "Gossip Folks."
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7, it's the Dixie Chicks with "Landslide."
Oh, no, that was a bad cover.
Yeah.
That was a bad cover.
Number 6 is "A Pedophile Again" with R. Kelly and Ignition.
Oh, is the remix?
No, it's just Ignition.
Oh, no, the remix of Ignition is like the song. Dude. I like that song. He put that out at the exact wrong time. He should have ever put out a song like that.
You talk about burning a career
Oh,
down.
dude.
Number 5 is Justin Timberlake with Crimea River.
Oh, nice. That's a good song.
Number 4 is Alea with Miss You.
Yeah, she'd been dead for a while after that.
Yeah. Number 3 is Ja Rule featuring Ashanti with Mesmerize.
Okay.
Is he still in prison?
Ja Rule? I didn't know he was in prison.
Oh, yeah, dude went to prison.
Really? I don't know.
I think he killed somebody.
No, he didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, Ja Rule was the one that was involved with the Fire Fest.
He was in prison for a while.
Was he?
Because
I
he
don't
was
know.
in that first Fast and the Furious, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Jennifer Lopez featuring LL Cool J at number 2 with All I Have.
Okay.
And number 1 is 50 Cent
With
In the Club.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good song.
That's not bad.
You've got a better list than mine. Number 10, Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce.
Yeah.
Don't know that song. Another one, Baby Bash featuring Frankie J, Sugar. No idea.
No.
Number 8, Twista featuring Kanye West and somebody else, Slow Jams. Don't know that one.
I know that one.
Really?
Actually, I dig Twista.
The first one I know out of this is number 7, and I don't care for this band. It's 3 Doors Down with Here Without You.
Yeah.
Number 6, going back again, Jagged Edge, Walked Out of Heaven.
Yeah.
No clue.
I like Jagged Edge.
Number 5, Ludacris featuring Shauna, Stand Up. I don't know this. I like Ludacris, but I don't know this song off the top of my head. Number 4, Alicia Keys, You Don't Know My Name. I remember that one. All right, here we go. This is actually pretty interesting. Number 3, Khalees.
Oh,
What song? Come on. It brings all the boys to the yard.
Milkshake.
Milkshake.
Yeah.
Number 2, Outkast featuring Sleepy Brown, The Way You Move.
Yeah.
Here's the interesting thing. Number 1 is Outkast with Hey Ya.
Yeah. Well, that's off that.
That's the speaker. Love was it?
The Love Below.
Speaker Box and Love Below. Yeah, where it's basically it's a Big Boy song and it's a Andre 3000 song. You know, so yeah, that was the year the week that I turned 30 was that stuff. You want to jump ahead to 40?
Well, honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, let's look at honorable mentions. Real
I
quick.
got at 15. I've got Eminem with Superman. At 21 is Little Kim featuring Mr. Cheeks with The Jump Off. 22 is Snoop Dogg with Pharrell and Uncle Charlie Wilson with Beautiful. 24 is Bonnie and Clyde with Jay-Z featuring Beyonce.
Yeah.
But that's about all.
All right.
Oh, 27 is John Mayer with Your Body is a Wonderland.
I like that song.
Yeah.
That should have been on my Valentine's playlist. Anyway, number 11 is No Doubt with their cover of It's My Life, you know, the Talk song, which it's funny. I remember like when that was released and then like maybe a year later hearing the Talk song because I hadn't heard it in a long time and being like, they didn't do it. You take her voice out and put his voice in, it could be the exact same song. Like they didn't do anything to make it different whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Here you go. Number 13. Got Lil Jon and the East Side Boys with Get Low. Can't go wrong with that. Here we go.
From the window.
Chingy featuring Ludacris and Snoop Dogg, Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. Oh, really?
What?
That can't be right.
What you got?
This is Dido, White Flag. In 2004, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, I take it back. That was on the next album. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I was like, okay. There's nothing else on here that I really...
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Okay, what are we doing? Jumping to 40?
Jumping to 40.
So
that was
2013, 14?
Yep. And this will be our last one.
Now let's do 40. Let's do 45.
Really? Because that's not all that long ago for either one of us.
I know, but it's going to be fun going through.
Going like,
I have
what? Never heard of this. Who? What?
All right. Let's see if it'll actually do this.
Wow.
Hold on, I'm waiting for my.
I have no
here.
idea who won
Yeah,
three.
this is going to be embarrassing.
I have no idea who like three of these are. You got it?
All right, here we go.
So this is
The top?
March of 2013.
Correct.
Okay.
Swedish House Mafia featuring John Martin with "Don't You Worry, Child."
No idea.
No idea.
No clue whatsoever.
Number 9 is Bruno Mars with "Locked Out of Heaven," which is a good song.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake featuring Jay-Z, "Suit and Tie."
Okay.
Will I Am with Britney Spears, "Scream and Shout."
Okay.
Number 6 is Drake, "Started from the Bottom."
Okay.
Number 5, Rihanna featuring Mickey Echo, "Stay."
Okay.
Number 4 is everybody's favorite mouthy blonde, Taylor Swift with "I Knew You Were Trouble." Number 3 is Bruno Mars again, "When I Was Your Man."
Okay.
Number 2 is Macklemore featuring Ryan Lewis featuring Wan's "Thrift Shop."
Thrift shop. There you go.
And number 1 is Bauer with "Harlem Shake."
Oh man, that is a trend that people are going to look back on and go, "What?"
There's been a bunch of those.
Yeah.
But
Well, here's mine. Number 10, one of my least favorite bands of all time, Imagine Dragons with "Demons." I have no clue what that song is.
really?
No. Number 9.
Not a bad song.
Number 9, Miley Cyrus with "Wrecking Ball." Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Number 8, Avicil. Never heard of them.
Yeah.
Wake Me Up. No clue.
No, come on, Avicil, really?
Number 7, Passenger. Let Her Go. No clue. I do like this one. Number 6, Katy Perry featuring Juicy J, "Dark Horse."
I don't know.
I actually really do like this one. Number 5, a great Big World and Christina. Oh, I do know this one. Great Big World and Christina Aguilera, "Say Something." I do know this one.
Yeah, because you dig.
Yeah, I don't really do that song though. Number 4 is "Lord" with "Royals."
Yeah, I remember that one.
Number 3 is Eminem featuring Rihanna, "The Monster."
Yeah.
Number 2 is One Republic with "Counting Stars."
Okay.
And number 1 is Pitbull featuring Kesha, "Timber."
Oh. I get Kesha's from here.
I like Kesha, but I like Kesha because it's so it's kitschy. I mean, it's like, I get it. No, it's not supposed to be good music. Okay, it's.
I get she's from here. I don't
right.
really dig her music, but I like the fact that she's fighting back against her management company and all that from where they screwed her. Mm-hmm. So when it comes down to that, yeah, I'm on Kesha's side.
All right, so we're gonna jump to 45.
Well, no, let's honorable mentions.
Oh, well.
Number 13, you've got the Lumineers with that hipster song, "Ho Hey."
Yeah.
You had anything really worth mentioning? Imagine Dragons with "Radioactive," which is the song that I was talking about with Pentatonics and Lindsay.
Oh, yeah. The violinist, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a decent cover. Number 27, Psy.
Okay.
Ompum Gangnam Style.
Oh, yeah. I've been trying to forget that one for a long time.
30 is AWOL Nation with "Sail," and that's about
All right.
it.
There's like 2 of them on here that's worth mentioning.
All right.
Number 11 is "Roar" by Katy Perry.
Yeah.
And number 19 is "Blurred Lines" by Robin Thicke, featuring T.I. and Pharrell. Other than that, there's nothing worth mentioning on there whatsoever.
All right. 2018.
For you, yes.
Yeah. And this will be the last one we do because
because
we haven't hit 50 yet.
Yeah, I know.
I refuse to acknowledge it.
All right. I've got mine up here.
I'm working on it.
No idea. Most of this.
This should be interesting.
Like, no idea.
Number 10 is Kendrick Lamar and SZA with "All the Stars,"
Okay.
which is actually a decent song. Number 9 is The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar with Pray For Me, which I have no idea. Number 8 is Post Malone featuring 21 Savage with Rockstar.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Number 7, I don't know who it is they paired this person with, but shame on them for doing it. It's Bebe Rexha with Florida Georgia Line with Meant to Be. I can't stand Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Block Boy JB featuring Drake with Look Alive. No idea. Camila Cabello featuring Young Thug. Havana. I don't know.
We're old.
Number 4 is Bruno Mars with Cardi B, Finesse.
Okay.
I've
Bruno Mars, yeah.
I've actually heard of both of those people.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Ed Sheeran with Perfect.
Okay.
Number 2 is Post Malone again featuring Ty Dolla $ign with Psycho.
Okay.
And number 1 is Drake, God's Plan.
All right.
Which I now feel completely and totally...
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm just going to read them. Number 10 on mine. This is January of 2019, so this is just a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is 2 years ago. This is not 2020. A little over 2 years ago. Kodak Black featuring Travis Scott, ZZ. Any idea?
I've actually heard it.
No. Number 9, Benny Blanco, Halsey, and Khalid with Eastside.
I've actually heard it.
No idea. Number 8, Lil Baby and Guna with Drip Too Hard.
No. Not a
Number
clue.
7, Maroon 5 featuring Cardi B, Girls Like You.
No.
Number 6, Marshmello and Bastille, Happier.
I've actually heard it.
Number 5, Panic at the Disco, High Hopes.
Yep, I've heard it.
I had no clue. Number 4, Travis Scott, Sicko Made. No clue.
No clue.
I do know this one.
What number is it?
Number 3,
Okay.
Ariana Grande with Thank You Next. I know this one.
I don't know that one.
Number 2, it's Halsey, Without Me. I don't know this song. I know Halsey, but I don't know this song. This one's pretty cool, though.
Okay. What number is it?
Number 1 is Post Malone and Sway Lee with Sunflower. Yeah, you've heard it.
Okay.
It's the song that they did for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, that soundtrack is awesome.
Okay. I may have to-
You've heard this song.
I've seen
It's
the movie like 3 or 4 times.
Dude,
I
you've heard the song.
Yeah.
It's the song that's playing on the outro. Like at the end of it, where it's
Okay.
going to the end and it's showing like all the, the
Yeah,
dude. I said
Okay.
that's a song right there, man. So
All right, I'm going to go through here and see if I can't pick out some honorable mentions.
yeah, I can't at all.
I think I've got a couple here. Migos with Stir Fry. Really? Dude, if you don't know Migos, you should.
I have not listened to the radio in 5 or 6 years easily.
Okay. There's Post Malone with I Fall Apart, which, I can see.
I have one on here that's worth mentioning, and that's it. It is, at this point, at number 23 in January of 2019.
Okay.
Shallow, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
That's the only song on here that I have any clue what it is.
29 for my year was Justin Timberlake featuring Chris Stapleton with Say Something.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow, the ending of that was kind of
I know. Well,
anticlimactic.
Well, I was going to say, this is one of those things
It was
where
like good music, great music. This is all garbage.
this proves how old we are and how old and out of touch we are on top of it all. And that, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's one of those things. Look, I know it's the whole, old man yells at cloud situation, type stuff. But I truly believe that there has been no good music, not even great music. There's not even been any good music in well over 10 years.
I don't know that I could agree with that.
Really?
Yeah. If you go by the top Hot 100, I can see where somebody would, but you have to dig for it a little bit more. You have to dig for it, and you have to know where you're looking for. But I think there's been some really good music that's been put out in the last 10 years. You just got to go looking for it.
Right, if you say so. I've found some artists that I really like.
Yeah.
That has done music that I really like, that actually makes the rounds, like if when I decide to music, which I don't listen to a whole lot of music these days, not like I used to,
Yeah.
But it's still one of those things where, again, I had to kind of dig for it. I always go back to Ryan Hamilton and the Harlequin Ghost. I love that dude, or Sunflower Bean, either one. I love,
You also introduced me to Gang of Youths.
Yeah,
I keep talking about Band of Skulls,
right?
Which you don't really dig.
They're all right,
I know they're older. They haven't really put out anything, but I still go back to Silver Spun Pickups.
Yeah, I couldn't get into them. There's several of those, like some of those from that era.
Yeah,
that a lot of people that I know really like.
Yeah,
I just can't get into. Them and what's the Black Cherry? What do they call? There's another rock band.
Blackstone Cherry.
Blackstone Cherry. That's what it is. Cannot get into them. I just can't. And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, maybe at a different point in my life I could have, but
Blackstone Cherry. I think those are the guys that are actually related to the Kentucky Headhunters, isn't it?
I don't know. But yeah, again, this basically just proves that we're old, especially the last 15 minutes of this podcast.
Now, hold on. I got to look this up because I should know this. Because Kentucky Headhunters, the drummer, John Fred Young, is actually is one of the nephews or something of one of the guys from Kentucky Headhunters. Okay. They're attached to Kentucky Headhunters.
Fair enough. Sure. It's one of those things that...
Yeah, they're from Edmonton, Kentucky, which is the next town over from where I'm originally from.
It's one of those things that it proves the older you get... what is that? There was that study that came out a while back that said that, was it by age 33, you're not really listening to new music? You're kind of settled into what you're going to be listening to. You're not picking up the new stuff. And we kind of proved that going through here when we hit 30 and stuff. It's time we get to 40, we're like, I have no clue what this is. It's okay. But of course, it's not made for us. It's made for teenage kids.
John Fred Young is the son of Kentucky Headhunters Richard Young, which was the curly-headed guitar player.
Right.
And I've actually met him. Okay. He's a super nice dude. But they did all growing up, they did all their playing and rehearsing over in the Kentucky Headhunters studios and rehearsal space and all that.
Like I said, bottom one. There you go.
There we go.
There, like I said, there's quite a few of those. There was them. There was it Band of Horses?
Yeah,
I never could get into them. There's several of that people can. Oh, you need to listen to this. You need to listen to this, and it just fell flat for me. That's my own personal stuff. I'm not saying anything about any of those bands.
Yeah.
It's just they just didn't do it for me. Maybe different place in my life. I don't know. Or just didn't hit me at the time it should have.
I know that I try to actually go out and dig and try to find new stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm always looking for new bands, new musicians, trying to find new music because...
Well, there's tons of it out there.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the things I think we've talked about it before. I remember when the internet really started finding its legs and thinking this is a wonderful tool for musicians to be able to...
Well, artists of all
to be able to get there. But the problem is that it was true, but that also meant that everybody could put something out there.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, you got to wade through a lot to find those gems.
Well, I mean, you got to put on the waders and wade through the crap to find the stuff it's worth.
And then on top of it all, again, it's one of those things with us. It's not just wading through the crap. It's why is all of this crap? You know, it's just and a lot of stuff is coming. Music styles change that don't appeal to us. Which is fine. I mean, that's again, it's one of those things that they're trying to hook the teenage kids, and the 20-somethings, whatever, because like, oh yeah, well they're going to buy these when they used to buy albums, they're gonna stream these songs, for a long period of time, and I get that. They're not looking at almost 50-year-olds to for that kind of stuff, and it's fine.
And let them stream the music.
Right.
I'm actually getting ready to cancel some of my streaming services
after
because
the last thing I read about Spotify, they're done. They're off my phone. Completely. I'm done with them.
Off all my devices.
Yeah, that's the only thing I had it on. So.
But this is what I've been preaching the whole time.
Yeah. Collect
physical media, because that streaming stuff at some point is going to come back to bite everybody.
Or it'll go away, one of the two.
Or it'll go away.
Yeah.
The first dirty bomb we have go off here in the U.S.
Well, that was...
Well, I mean, the bombing downtown in Nashville
happened, yes.
gave us a small taste of that, where where all your services are on AT&T,
right.
you lost everything.
Right. But the thing is, I have a huge movie collection. And you know what I did for that day and a half?
You watched
I
the
watched
movies
a lot of movies is what I did, And it's one of those
you
things.
got a lot of music.
Yeah, exactly. I could, whatever I wanted to hear, I could hear because I have it. Whatever I wanted to watch, I could pretty much watch because I had it, So...
and there's also books.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of that kind of stuff. And that's why I am, more of a physical media type thing. But again, it is one of those things that, except for the books that we mentioned there, again, you have to have electricity of some sort to...
Well, I've got a generator.
Yeah, so... But
I buy the physical media.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I enjoy, having 100,000 songs in my pocket.
Right.
But that's why I make electronic copies of what I've got, so I can take it with me.
Right. I got you.
Which I've got to find. I've got to find a new way to store my music in a new kind of MP3 player, because
time to start converting all that stuff, man.
I'm sick.
FLAC is a big thing that people are going with.
What is
FLAC? FLAC.
That's a codec.
Yeah,
that's a codec. I know. I need something other than iTunes.
Oh yeah.
As a music,
like an aggregator or whatever.
Aggregator.
So, yeah.
And I need a new kind of like MP3 player that I can carry with me. That's not my phone, where I can just carry. I'm gonna have.
I'll get you an old.
Well, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to take the iPod that I've got.
Right.
And I'm going to have to take it somewhere, and I'm going to have to get them to put a new battery in it.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to get them to put one of those little small terabyte.
Yeah, I tell you what, they've done some amazing stuff, like a lot of homebrew, like with the old, the old iPods and stuff. Them putting like much larger hard drives and different stuff. Which is nice, because I like the old iPods. I really do.
I loved my iPod.
Yeah.
I still use my iPod. It's just that the battery doesn't last like it used to.
Yeah, I had a problem with mine.
The problem is you can only use iTunes as your music aggregator with it.
Right, that's true. That is true. So I guess you can get a Zune.
As big as a Guardians of the Galaxy fan as I am, do not tempt me. Do not tempt me. I would do it in a heartbeat. That would be fun to have.
I always think about when they replaced Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men with Ashton Kutcher. It was one of those things. His character was a billionaire.
Yeah.
And he was like, "How did you become a billionaire?" He's like, "Oh, I developed some software, then Microsoft bought it and put it on the Zune, for whatever." Yeah. And and then Alan's like, "Really? What was it?" Because I got my Zune over here somewhere. And he's like, "You bought a Zune?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, wow. It's kind of true. I remember when those things were coming out, and they were like billing it as the iPod killer.
Yeah.
Like they legitimately were calling it out, and it fizzled. I mean, it fizzled like that.
Well,
so
because Apple was the hot new thing back then.
Well, Apple had cornered the market by that point.
And it just worked.
Yeah, exactly. And I had something similar. I had an iHome prior to that.
Yeah.
Before I ever got an iPod, and it worked fine. I had to use. I think I was actually using like the legal version of Napster at that point.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was one of those things. Which, for those of you who don't know, Napster is still around, and it's very legal. I mean, it's like iTunes. You can go buy stuff off of it. But it's still. And then there was, what was the other one was it Rhapsody
Yeah.
was the other one that
Rhapsody.
they really were trying to push, and that kind of stuff. But the thing is Apple had such a corner on the market.
Well, they had
and established their foothold that it was really tough to do anything.
The software was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
The player was brilliant. Everything synced so brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem, and it's the same problem that I still have with Apple, even though I have owned a lot of Apple products in my life, is I'm sick of being locked into their proprietary sandbox.
Right. Well, it's not just being locked into their proprietary sandbox. It's being locked into, here's this cool thing. You can only do with it what we tell you can do with it.
Yeah.
And if you do anything other than that, we'll lock you out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately. That is, and that's that, I'm not a big fan of the Android, phones and stuff like that.
I'm not
I had one of the early ones and I just never came out. But the thing is I'm like, at least with that, it's open source. You can do whatever you want with it.
I started out with the Nokia,
right?
The little small, the one if you dropped it on the concrete, you'd have to replace the concrete.
Right.
The next phone I had was a BlackBerry, the first BlackBerry
I never
touch,
had a BlackBerry,
the touch screen.
Yeah,
BlackBerry had their own touch screen.
Remember when BlackBerry was a thing?
Yeah. My wife loved her BlackBerry, and I had to keep replacing them with used BlackBerries up until the point where you couldn't do anything with them anymore. And she got her first iPhone.
Right.
And she's gone from Crackberry to Apple, and she loves the thing.
I know.
But the next one I had after the BlackBerry touch screen thing that I had was one of the Droid. It was Motorola Droid.
Right.
And the cool thing about it is there was an app that you could get called Foxfi that you could download to your phone, and you could hotspot your phone to where it was only running off your cellular. They had no idea that you were using the data. Mm-hmm. So you could hotspot your phone without getting the extra charges that they used to charge you for hotspotting your phone. And then I pretty much went from those to an iPhone. I did an iPhone 5, and now I'm on a 6S. Mm-hmm. I've done two iPhones at this point, and I think I am probably jumping to Samsung.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to... Oh, I've done multiple. Yeah. I think my first one, I had an iPhone 4. It's about 10 years ago. and I had a 4. The next one I had was a 6 Plus.
Yeah.
No, actually, I take that back. I think I had 2 4s. I think something happened. No, I take that back. I had, because it's one of those things that I'm always about one generation behind it.
Yeah,
I had been. So I had the 4. Then I went to the 6 Plus because I liked the bigger.
Yeah.
And I had that until Apple screwed me like Apple does and made me have to get a newer phone. And that was right when the 10 had come out, but they had also released the 8.
Yeah.
And so I got the 8, or the 8 Plus, I should say, because I like the bigger. And I've had that one now for 3 years almost. And the thing is that here recently, all of a sudden, stuff's starting to slow down on it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I see what you're doing. And you're getting ready to like force me away from you is what you're doing. So it's...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's... The hardware manufacturers hate me because I take such good care of my equipment. I mean, if I was to pull the case off of this phone...
Same with this right here. It looks like it came out of the box.
I always do the OtterBox Defenders.
Right.
Because of how well they protect, the device. Mm-hmm. And if I was to pull this case off, I could sell this thing as brand new out of the box because there's not a scratch on it. Mm-hmm. I promise you there's not a scratch on it.
I know. Because it's one of those things, I've got the protective case.
Yeah.
But then I also have the, what's called glass.
Yeah.
That goes, it's a protective that goes on the outside, that goes on the face of it. Yeah. And so it's one of those things, if I drop it, this will crack before the...
Well, I mean, it's the same with the OtterBox Defender.
Right.
It comes with that built into it.
Right. So and you can just peel that off, and it's got a lifetime warranty on it. And if it breaks, you can, because you go and register it, you can send it back to them, and they'll send you a new one. Yeah. And that's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, which I've done a couple of those.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at Samsung, and I think that may be the way I go next.
I don't know. Well, I'm not going to until they force me completely to do it, because that's money to have to do, and also having to get back on a data plan, or locked into a contract of some sort.
Well,
and
if you come over to Verizon, which I know you hate Verizon,
will never go back to Verizon.
It's a 2-year contract, and they have a unlimited plan again.
Well,
it's a true unlimited plan.
With my AT&T, it's about a 2-year contract, and it's the same thing. So and it's also cheaper than the Verizon. So.
Yeah, but their service also gets blown up from time to time.
Well, one time their service gets blown up, and everybody wants to.
Well, the problem is that all of your services are on AT&T.
I know.
You know how much interruption I experienced during the Nashville
None.
bomb?
I know.
Zero,
I know.
because I have zero AT&T
I know,
services.
I get you. But it could have just as easily been something else. That's what it is.
But my cable and internet are completely
I don't have
different.
Any of that stuff. So
It has a completely different service carrier than my cell phone does.
Okay. Well, there is something to be said for diversifying that way.
And honestly, I'm in the middle of studying for my technician's class ham radio license right now.
I'll tell you this much: my only other real option for internet is Comcast, and I will never go back to Comcast ever again.
No, I don't blame you there.
So that's I would quicker change service, like a cell phone service providers, than I will ever go back to Comcast.
No, I get that.
That is and also I'm kind of done with Google. So so their Google Wire or whatever it is that their that they're doing Google, what is it?
Fiber.
It's not. First off, it's not available around here, and secondly, no. Google already knows way too much about me, so that's and that's just opening up the fire hydrant and just opening the hydrant and just letting everything go, So no, I'm done. Yeah. So now that we've bitched about how old we are and what we hate,
you do need a different VPN though.
I have a VPN.
You need a different VPN.
Well, my VPN is fine. It works fine on my laptop. And all that kind of stuff. It's the phone that I'm having problems with, and I know that it's
the phone.
It's Apple. It's the phone. It's not the VPN, because it was working fine until the update, and then all of a sudden,
gotcha.
And so it's and
I've actually got I've got a service where it kind of watches my phone. It's it's kind of like a protective app for my phone, but it also comes with a VPN, and I'm thinking about actually canceling it and upgrading my VPN on my phone, because a buddy of mine was telling me about Proton Mail, but they've also got a VPN. Yeah,
I've got Dad's got we're getting to a lot of inside baseball here. My dad just sold his office, last month. The building, where his office was located and stuff, and so he had Comcast forever. And like all of his business email and everything was through the Comcast.net, So now it's one of those things that since they have AT&T at home, and so since he's got a home office now, of course he doesn't need to be paying for the Comcast business, which is so much more expensive than everything else. So he's got to start finding a new email to use, as well as pulling everything from the old one over, which is going to affect a ton of stuff for him, because he used it not just for business, he used it for his own personal. My mom used that email for like her Amazon and everything else. So it's one of those things where this is not going to be a simple, okay, we're switching email providers. It's no, we're going to have to go through everything that you've used this for and change the email. And
I'm actually in the process of doing some of that myself, because I'm switching some of my stuff over to,
which is one of the things
Proton
I always
Mail.
kept telling him. Don't use the same email address for everything. It's okay to have a bunch of them across multiple servers, so this kind of stuff doesn't happen. That didn't happen. So, again, now that we've bitched a lot about music and technology and shook our fists at the clouds and everything, both the real cloud and the imaginary ones.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish with this. If you're listening and you've got new music,
if you've made it this far,
if you've made it this far, both listeners. If you got new music or new bands you'd like to tell us about, send those over to us.
Yes.
We'd love to check them out. I'm always looking for new music. If you're into ham radio, send me that information, because I'm actually studying for my first level, ham license thing, and I think that would be kind of cool to be able to, connect with some folks via ham radio if I ever get up and running.
Yeah.
Our social media stuff's in the show notes.
Yes, it is. Find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
Who knows? Parler might be up again by now. I doubt it, but I think it's gone the way of Friendster. So MySpace.
Right now
We got to go see if there is a MySpace available.
right now, Tom is looking at us because all he wanted
Shaking his head.
because all he wanted to do was to let us learn a little HTML.
I know.
And have our own site.
I know.
And we turned our back on him, and now look what's happened.
And now Zuckerberg owns us. So it's
Zuckerberg,
yeah,
Google, Twitter.
I know.
Amazon.
Yep. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to us complain for about an hour and some change here.
That's it.
Like
I
said,
decided I'm packing
go
all
look
I'm packing all my stuff up, moving back out in the woods.
There you go. So yeah, go check out our social media. All the links for stuff is in the show notes, and we will see you next time. I'm Alan Smith.
I'm Big Dave.
And we will see you next time.
See ya.